The world is a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown. I am your host of the Productive Conversations podcast. It is a Thursday, January 30th, 2025. And we're going to talk about one thing: 30 men, 30 women, the road to WrestleMania. The one prize, the road to WrestleMania. Fighting. Everything is on the line. WrestleMania moment, Royal Rumble. Who is going to be on top here in this boom period of wrestling? And we got the Royal Rumble taking place in Indianapolis, Indiana this Saturday night, February 1st, 2025, right on Peacock. You could see who's going to win their opportunity to headline WrestleMania, both for the men and the women, and then a pretty significant ladder match thrown in there as well. But me, Ryan, and Jose are going to talk about the Royal Rumble and do our annual Royal Rumble preview show. Ryan and Jose, you excited for this?
Yeah, no, I mean, Rumble's always probably one of the most fun pay-per-views that are premium live events that WWE does. So I think that for me, I'm always going to be a fan of the Rumble. It's always one of the ones that I can't wait for. And this year in particular there's just a lot of people in it, which I think could be a recipe for like a classic Rumble, at least on the men's side.
Let's go.
Royal
Yeah.
Rumble is like the best way to start the new year.
It really is. I guess that's on my only the only downfall here for me. Like it used to be earlier in January,
Right.
and now it's at the end. Kind of wish it was still earlier. I like starting off the year with a Royal Rumble, to be honest with you. I would have it closer to the 1st of January, and then just start the road to WrestleMania a month early. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
That'd be me. That's where I would be. Do you do Saturday night main events on the road to WrestleMania? Everything feels bigger after the Royal Rumble. Like the Royal Rumble kicks off the peak season for WWE, and I think they should do it earlier, personally. But
But
Yeah,
hey,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised it was that late.
yeah,
I guess they're doing it because of the NFL, the weekend
yeah,
between the Super Bowls when they put it now. So
which makes sense, and I do get that because you got the playoffs, you got college football, all this other things going on. But still, I like earlier better.
I like it too. I like it too. So let's talk about that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcast platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdCavoPod. We're on TikTok at Productive Conversations and Facebook at Productive Conversations. And don't forget to check out a great offer from what our friends at Magic Mind are doing for us as we approach the end of January and we have our mental health awareness month. Magic Mind has a special deal going on for the final days of January. Go to magicmind.com/PC. Sorry, go to magicmind.com/PCJAN for
Mhm.
45% off a mood boosting or sleep boosting shots and get both while you're at it as
No,
well.
both, yeah.
But it's going to be good. And we'll talk more about that later. But guys, Royal Rumble 2025, Indianapolis, Indiana. We talked about when we liked what it used to be. But going into this Royal Rumble specifically, this event, the premium live event, how are we feeling before we kick off the road to WrestleMania in 2025, where WrestleMania will take place in Las Vegas on the weekend of April 19th and 20th? How are we feeling about the event as a whole? Are we excited for where WWE is at right now? Do we think we're going to get a very exciting road to WrestleMania? If you remember, last year's was great, one of the best ever. Tad bit predictable, but still very entertaining nonetheless. Now,
Yeah.
new clean slate, things are going on. The whole Netflix era has begun. Celebrities are always getting seen at WWE events now, and like real true A-listers too. You had Matthew McConaughey, Quavo, Travis Scott, Shane Gillis on this week alone. So as wrestling is about to start one of their most exciting events of the year, how are we feeling about WWE? going into this event before we talk about the matches?
I mean, they got a lot of momentum, right, Jose?
Yes. A shitload. I mean, m- how I'm feeling about it, I tell you how I'm feeling. Curious is probably the way of way of saying it, I guess. You kind of like we had it probably pegged what we thought it was gonna be, our idea what we thought it was being. Now we are at a point where not sure they can go many routes, and
Mhm.
I guess on Saturday you'll definitely see where they're gonna go, but it's too early to predict.
Yeah, this was a tough one to predict. But in general, WWE has been very. It's just been a hot product. Anything they do seems to be working. To be honest with you, part of the reason
True.
it's hard to predict is because like half of predicting is just thinking like, well, that wouldn't make any sense, or that would never work, or they would never do that for WrestleMania. But like there's credible endings for every single one of these matches for like with WrestleMania implications, all four of them. Um, and so it's like, you know, yeah, essentially it gets to the point where any of one of the people that are already declared for the Rumbles could make sense to win. The other,
Right.
the title match for the world title, either guy could win, frankly, if we're being totally honest. And then of course you've got the tag match, and doesn't mean as much for WrestleMania probably in the grand scheme of things, but anyone could still win it because it doesn't mean that much for WrestleMania. So yeah, it's just to me anyway, all of the matches you can make a really good case for basically anyone to win. That's how hot the company is right now.
Let's go with that. And remember, as I've asked before, when is wrestling going to be cool again? It is.
It's cool
Wrestling is
if it's
now
cool.
cool.
If it's cool in your heart and it's cool in Shane Gillis's heart, then it's cool.
Oh Jesus.
Hmm.
Shane Gillis's heart is how we determine what is or
Yeah,
isn't
exactly.
cool.
The only Eagles fan I like. All right.
Hey,
So,
Joe Rogan. Him and Joe Rogan decide what's cool.
anyways, now let's get into this. Let's talk about the matches itself. Only 4 matches, a typical thing during the Triple H era, but who cares? We got the men's rumble, the women's rumble, and a tag team match no one cares about, and then a ladder match that people care about. So
Yeah.
let's talk about it. Let's get our predictions in
Yeah.
and let's discuss the men's Royal Rumble, guys.
Hmm.
We got some exciting things going on here. So, who is
Yeah.
going to the men's Royal Rumble to either face Cody Rhodes at this time for the world champion for who's
WWE
going
title.
sorry. Yes. Who is going to either go have a match for the undisputed WWE championship or the world heavyweight championship? The men's Royal Rumble so far, we got 15 out of 30 entrants
Hmm.
announced. LA Knight, Cena, Punk, Jey Uso, Roman, Seth Rollins, McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Nakamura, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Baker, and Carmelo Hayes have all said they're going to be there. So,
Hmm.
talk to me, guys, right off the rip. How do you feel about the men's Royal Rumble now? And if you want to give me your prediction right away and we could dissect from there, I'm about it.
I mean, I'll say this. I'll start with, so we listed obviously 15 people. I think you could be, some of them would be more of a stretch than others, I won't lie. But I think you could take that list of 15 and you could absolutely identify 10 people who could win this match and go on to main event WrestleMania in a way that makes sense, in a way that fans would get behind, in a way that would help sell the event, one of the 2 nights of the event. And that's crazy to me that you can literally look at 15 people and again, maybe 5 of them are probably like, they're not going to win. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you those people, right? You could, Chad Gable's not going to win the Royal Rumble, right? Like, Braun Breaker's probably not going to win it this year, right? He's just, still too new. It'd be weird to have Penta win it because he just got there, right? Nakamura already won it. Yeah. Really, I would say those 4, honestly, are probably the ones I would say just really have little to no shot. Everybody else, you could frankly make a case for winning the Royal Rumble. Like and it would make sense, and you could get to a really good WrestleMania match from it, depending on, of course, everything else that happens with the world titles and whatnot. And so to me, that's like awesome because you split 10 people up amongst the 30, right? Like you have three or four at a time, and like you break the match into threes. You just have a few people in each of that sections. Like you're golden. You're gonna have star power the whole match. Truthfully, you're not gonna have a single dead. You could get away without having a single dead moment in this match, if you keep about 10 people in the ring, like a combination of 10 people throughout the match in the ring.
Mhm.
And Joe Hendry.
Well, yeah, I mean he's probably gonna show up, but I think we could probably say that Joe Hendry's not gonna win the Royal Rumble on account of not working there. But maybe. I mean, you
He'll
never
be
know.
he'll
Is
be number
Henry?
3.
Say his. Well, yeah, they want to try and
Do
give
you think
time for
he
everyone to
will
chant.
be in WWE in the next 2 years?
No,
I don't know. Um, I don't
he
know.
doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I almost think it makes more sense for him to stay where he is. If he's getting paid well, assume he is, then I would stay. Like he could still make his random appearances because they got this partnership. I'll be honest. I watched the match, the big Hendry win against Nick Namath. To me, as someone who is not a TNA like frequenter anymore, I used to, now I don't. So it was me coming back to it. I don't think he's got the WWE body. I don't think he works a particularly compelling WWE style. And I mean, not for nothing, Dolph Ziggler. I mean, Nick Namath at the time, Dolph Ziggler was the guy they put with everybody because Namath wrestles the sports entertainment style perfectly. Like he's one of the best that's ever done it. So the fact that to me it still felt very in indie, which is not always bad. Sometimes that's cool, but usually that means they're flying all over the place. And for him, it just didn't feel that way. It felt very to me small stage the way he wrestled. And
Right.
so I would stay if I were Joe Hendry, I'd stay at Impact. I don't see him as one of the people who could come up. Like I said, Josh Alexander, Santana, of course. I think both of them could do well. You saw Ace Austin. You saw Moose should just stay where he is too. But Ace Austin was super talented, and he had a really good match. Jordan Grace, really good match. There's plenty of people there who could be WWE superstars. I just don't know that I would say Joe Hendry's one of them.
I
Yeah,
like
Joe
it. I
Henry.
like it.
There's no chance. Joe Henry's gonna come into the ring and throw that guy right back out.
Oh no, he's gonna get way more than that.
I know.
There's gonna be some comedy heel in the ring that gets got. Grayson Waller or somebody's gonna be in there. Maybe the New Day. He's gonna have his guitar. New Day's gonna, Xavier Woods gonna have his little his trombone or something. Like, I think that he'll have a skit or something. There'll be something to do, but
Right.
yeah, he won't be in for very long. I don't think.
Jose, what are you thinking about the men's Royal Rumble before we give our big predictions?
Men's Royal Rumble. It's the one thing that's kind of is so complex because I mean you can pretty much put anybody there. I mean, there like Ryan said, there's like 10, but there's really only 5 you can go with. I mean, maybe I'm just overthinking it, which is a good thing because it makes me want to watch it more because I can't hone down to one or
Definitely can't get to
even
one. I'm at 10,
right.
like I said. I'm at 10, and then if I had to try really hard, I could probably cut it in half, maybe. For people who I think could win, it would make sense.
Yeah.
Right. I think honestly, I probably got 3. Like, yeah, 3, maybe, yeah. Got 3 in my head. Is like, it can go either, any one of those 3, it could
Yeah.
work perfectly. But it's a good, it is good, and it makes you want to watch 10 times more how
hmm
unpredictable this Rumble is.
Yeah. I hear that. So let's talk about who we thinks is gonna win it.
hmm
I'll start it off. One thing I've noticed with WWE, even with, I feel like the decision making, no doubt, will do what's best for business. I also think they'll make a decision that will really work on a mainstream level too. Guys, we have the greatest of all time.
Logan Paul?
No,
Oh,
who declared that he is joining the Royal Rumble match, his final Royal Rumble match, in his farewell tour. Guys, it's John Cena. John Cena is
oh,
winning this
Jesus.
Royal Rumble. For the third time ever, he would tie Stone Cold for that. What another addition to his resume. He will go on the road to WrestleMania, make his decision to make his decision on who he will face for another world title, win his record-breaking 17th major world championship, all with WWE, and ride it out for a couple months being the champion. This could be a legitimate big story all over the world, especially here in the new Netflix era. A familiar face and a sentimental moment that'll get a lot of people emotional, plus a lot of people excited. And Cena's going to win his third Rumble, then go to WrestleMania, win his 17th championship, doodle here and there because he's only wrestling like 30 times in the 365
Yeah,
days.
yeah, he's got limited dates, but
And then, give it to somebody else, ride into the sunset in December. And it only makes sense that John Cena will win the Royal Rumble this year.
I can see it. I definitely can see that. I
Yeah,
know Jose
Rick, and
said
I
he'll
know
come
that's
on,
probably
but
the easiest one
that's
as well.
definitely that definitely feels like the smartest bet. I would say personally. I'm not going to pick John Cena just because Matt did, but it's definitely the
By the way,
smartest
should I
bet.
pull up the Vegas odds for Royal Rumble anyways? Or oh wait, no, no, no.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys
Well,
go
let's hear what
first.
we're
You get
saying
no,
first.
wait,
Yeah.
you guys first, and then I will do that after. But that's my pick, John Cena. Do 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 do.
So I mean, I said I'll be honest because I'm looking at the list now. I've pulled it up. So I said there's like 4 or 5 people that I think of the 15 who can't. The can'ts really are Rey Mysterio, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, Shinsuke Nakamura. I think everybody else here, frankly, could actually win. I mean, you've got Hayes Rhodes, that's already been set up. Logan Paul, already been set up. Sami Zayn, if it's Kevin Owens, already been set up. McIntyre, Rollins, Reigns, Jey Uso, CM Punk, John Cena, LA Knight. Literally all of them, I think you could tell a very compelling main event story with. I think, in my brain anyway, CM Punk's not going to win because CM Punk's going to cash in his
His
Paul Heyman
favorite.
favor to get a WrestleMania main event. So he's going to play the heel. He's going to be desperate. He's going to use that. And so part of that to me then means we're looking at a Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins win because I really do think, frankly, in my heart of hearts, that that's the three-man that they should have. That Cena should do Rhodes and that Gunther should just not be champion anymore. And some combination of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk are going to be in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title. So, with that logic in mind, I think the most tension will come from a Roman Reigns Royal Rumble win. So that's what I'm going with. Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble. I don't know if
Oh,
Jose agrees or not. It sounds like you don't agree, Jose. But that's my logic behind it. I think that because there's a chance that Roman does go Cody Roman 3 to determine who the best ever is, and they could tease it, even though they don't actually do it. And then obviously Cody's going to be defending the title at Rumble, right? So he's not going to have to defend it at the Elimination Chamber. There's going to be a chamber match to determine who's facing Cody for that championship, or whatever, a number one contender. And so you can have a world heavyweight match. You can feature Seth Rollins and CM Punk in that match along with Gunther. You have that be your final three in your Elimination Chamber. CM Punk loses to Gunther. Rollins beats Gunther and wins the World Heavyweight title. Roman Reigns picks, surprisingly, Seth Rollins. CM Punk inserts himself, Seth Rollins would hate that, of course, and that's how you get to that match. And then Cena can win an Elimination Chamber after losing the Royal Rumble to get the match against Cody. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'm saying Roman Reigns. It's more interesting if it's is he gonna pick Cody again? Does he want to face Gunther? Then of course when Sammy, not Sammy, when Rollins wins the world title, then we come, oh wow, it's got to pick between, his oldest rivals, right? You know what I mean? Rollins and Rhodes are two of Reigns' oldest rivals. So yeah, I think that he is the most interesting winner of the two that I think could win, most likely. And so I'm going to go with Roman.
It's an interesting pick. I'm gonna go with. Oh, it's a toss up. Jesus Christ. I'll take I'll take Punk.
Okay, you think that the favor is going to be something later down the line?
Yes, I do. Um, I was thinking about Roman Reigns. I just too many factors. There's too many roads you can go with Roman Reigns that you don't need title.
Sure,
So
right. If The Rock is around, suddenly you need Reigns to be free for that, unless you're going to
I,
give Jey Uso that match.
I think there's also a reason. I don't. Drew McIntyre's not winning it.
No,
I
I don't think
don't
so. He
think
could, but I don't think he will.
Seth ain't winning it.
Mm.
Seth's turning heel.
You could win it and turn heel. You can do both.
No, because you're gonna have him go against who? Gunther?
No, or Cody.
It's not gonna be Cody. Cody's got too many other paths. Eh,
That's what I mean. That's why it's so crazy. There's so many different paths.
So it won't be Seth because he's turning heel. He's leaving. He's not gonna be a face. So
Hmm.
I can see Punk. There's Punk has no, and then Punk can go wherever he wants after that.
Hmm.
Um, Roman Scott Solo is gonna deal with. There's a reason why Solo hasn't been on in a while. There's a reason why Jacob is being blown up the way he is now.
Yeah.
I can easily see Roman versus Jacob at Mania.
Mm.
Um, LA Knight, that's laughable.
I mean,
See,
he's popular enough. I don't know about laughable, but it's just unlikely.
he's on a decline. Come on,
No,
he's
I
on
didn't.
a.
I didn't say he was still at his peak. I'm saying I think he's still popular enough that he would be considered a fun choice to win. I just don't. I think there's
He,
better choices.
I'll tell you this right now. If I was betting on a number and he came out, I'd be so disappointed. I'd be. It's
No,
either, honestly, as much as I hate fucking. It's got the most logical sense. The is Punk. Cena is so hard to go with Cena because I think two reasons why it makes it unbelievable. He hasn't won a goddamn match in for fucking forever, and now I expect him to beat 39 other men out the blue.
That's a fair point.
That's similar
But
to my women's discussion, but we'll save that for the
but then
women's part.
but then you also realize Cena is that hustle,
Loyalty,
loyalty
respect,
bullshit. So
yeah.
I can see him lose this, make it to the final four, and just like he's there and he missed it, and then goes to elimination
And
chambers
gets it that way. Right,
because he
exactly.
is already announced for elimination chambers. I don't. It does not make no logical sense. If he wins the Rumble, why does he need to be an elimination
He could
chambers?
make his decision at Elimination Chamber, not wrestle. He could just show up.
He could, but I mean, he's not gonna go Cody. He's not gonna go against Cody. He's gonna go
Yeah, but
against
I'm saying
Gunther.
they could
But,
they
but
could play with it.
I
You know
can
what I
see
mean?
that. But
They could play
it
around with
just
it, make the jokes, have him kick off because the winner. I mean, so here's the thing that gets I think is wild about this, but they usually had like, all right, whoever the Rumble winner is facing, because they usually faced their brand's champion, right?
Mhm.
That championship is locked. Basically, that champion at that point then has to defend their title, and then the other brand's champion doesn't because they need a number one contender. That's kind of how the Elimination Chamber always gone. There's a chamber match to decide who's going to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
chamber
the
match to
mulligan. It's
decide
the mulligan.
right. Yeah, and exactly. And then all the top people from the Royal Rumble who didn't win are in that match. And so I think WWE, frankly, should lean into that. So whoever wins, right,
All
have
right.
them come out and basically declare that night I'm facing I'm competing for X, Y, or Z champion, like whichever championship you're competing for, right?
Yeah.
And that way, the two champions know which of them has to defend their title that night, and which of them gets to watch six other people compete for the number one contendership. Like, because they do it anyway. So own it. Be like, have Gunther come out and have Cody come out. You know, if you will use Cena as the example and not Roman, since that's what we're talking about. Cena comes out, da 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 da, comes on out, runs out, hustles his way to the ring. He looks at them both. He cuts a promo on both of them. Of course he does. And then he says, "But I'm competing for the world heavyweight title." And everyone's like, "Ah!" So now Gunther's got to defend his championship while the other six people are going to be fighting for a shot at Cody's title. Just lean into it. We know that's what we're doing. We instead of pretending other things, let's just make that reality. Whoever the Rumble winner doesn't pick, there's a six-man chamber match that's already pre-decided, and the winner of that gets to face the other guy. Like I think that's totally a fair way to determine who's going to be the other person fighting for the title. And so just say it out loud. Like everyone's going to compete for a spot in the, what that gives you what? Six. That gives you 9 spots, right? And so you got
Mhm.
9 people, 6 of them in one, 5 in the other, and then the champion that doesn't get picked joins that other 5. Like to me, I think you just do that. Just own it and make that be what happens. Road to WrestleMania, it'll give you a bunch of qualifying matches. Who wants to be in the title match versus who wants to be in the, number one contenders match. Like you could have all kinds of little mini storylines with that. I think they should just own it, and they should have the winner decide at Elimination Chamber. Like make that the deadline when they
Or
have
just
to decide that.
Do what Cody did and pick him out unscripted right
Well,
away.
I mean, sure, yeah, you could do it right away too, because then everybody knows and you can still make it. But the idea of like picking at the very end, because then it just makes the whole thing silly of like who's gonna face for the other title. You know what I mean? It just makes all of it silly. Picking at the very end, you need to pick sooner to
And
build the
just if you
match.
were curious too, the betting odds at this moment, the ones I'm seeing for Vegas, the most with the men's, John Cena right away at plus
Yep.
100.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins not far behind at plus 125, and
Okay.
Punk also close at plus 150. Then The Rock at plus 700, Roman at plus 1,200. So Ryan, if you did that, you could get a good chunk of change. If you put $10 and you get $120.
Yeah, so they think Roman don't got no chance of him.
Honestly, I might throw $10 on Roman Reigns. Is that a possibility? Where do I do that?
This one was
Do they
from
gamble? Can I actually
from
gamble
Bet
on this?
Yeah.
Online.
Because $10, that's a huge value for Roman Reigns. And I hate gambling and I hate using gambling words. We all know this. But $10 for a Roman Reigns win, that's a huge
Get
value.
over
Roman Reigns is
$100.
absolutely. I wouldn't put 100 down, no, but
No, I'm
I'm
saying
saying.
to get
Oh
over
yeah, to
$100 for
earn
just
over.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%. Like that's a huge value, and I'll say that's a huge risk on Rollins. Like that. What is the direction you go with Rollins if he wins? You've got Gunther. Sure, I mean you
Yo,
can. Of course, you can. Always, like Gunther's a heel. Any face can face him, but Rollins is turning heel slowly, but he's turning. Then you got Cody, who frankly is also turning heel slowly. So it's like,
yeah, we'll
so
talk
it's
about
like,
that later.
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I would say that Rollins being number 2 is way overvalued, and Reigns being below The Rock, who's, to be clear, probably not coming to the show. That's also crazy. And also, I don't know where Logan Paul is on the list.
So
And
I've only gotten 5 of them each.
yeah,
So
and
the
again,
other one
Matt
behind
will
him,
hate this, but Logan Paul not being in the top 5, he's completely undervalued in terms of a winner too. Logan Paul makes a ton of sense winning this Rumble. They
bro,
already
has
got
a
the ice show speed, the
boxing
Kai's.
match in March that we'll
I
talk about
know,
in the tweet cap on
but he's
Friday.
got the Kai Cenat ice show speed. All that's happening around him. Gunther has a story with it. Could have a story with him. Cody has already faced him. Kevin has already faced him. Like, you know what I mean? All of the people who are in this circle have all got Logan Paul beef because he's a generally dislikable person, and he's a very big star outside of wrestling, as we're going to talk about Friday, on the Tweet Cap Friday. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Logan Paul ended up winning this match.
Well, the only
By the
other
way.
odds given for the men's was Randy Orton at plus 2,800.
He's not even declared.
So speaking of that, the last thing before we switch to the women's, for those not declared, half of the people not going in.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Joe Hendry, which everybody is excited for, any other surprises you're looking forward to, want to see?
Well,
Or
Pat's
sorry,
gonna be there.
looking forward to or want to say yes. This is
So Pat's
happening.
gonna be
This
there.
match is happening at the Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the
Yeah.
Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. That big deal that WWE made to have premium live events, major premium live events in Indianapolis, simply because Pat McAfee works for WWE, but still a thing.
Yeah, and so he'll be there. Probably he'll commentate, but I bet you I could see the men's match starting off the night because they're gonna end it with the title match, maybe. And so you could have McAfee enter early and then take the commentary seat after getting tossed out. Um, that's just where my head is at with that. But yeah, so I would say McAfee, Hendry, we've talked about. I think
No Rock.
no Rock. I mean, he might be around. He's not in the match. I think we're gonna see I think we're gonna see one of those two YouTubers, either Kai Cenat or iShow Speed, in the match proper. I think they'll both be there. By the way, it seems like if Logan Paul is not getting a title match, it seems like he's going to be somehow connected to whatever is going on with the other influencers that he invited to the show.
Yeah, he's
Um,
gonna be probably thrown over the top, and he's gonna land right on them.
No, I meant like at Mania.
Save
I
that
think
one.
he's gonna
Oh,
have an influencer-esque role at Mania if he's not in a title match. And so I think that there's gonna be one of them in the match at least. Not a huge surprise, but it's something. And then I mean Indianapolis doesn't necessarily have a ton of like
It's a small
pe
market.
yeah, I don't know who else would pop Indianapolis, but that hasn't been
Who's
on
a
in terms
famous
of
dude
legends.
from Indiana?
But I
Who's in
just
Reggie
wrestling?
Miller.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. No, it won't be him. Yeah.
What's that? What's that WNBA star?
Oh, what's
Uh,
his
Caitlin
name?
Clark.
No,
She will
Halliburton.
be.
Caitlin.
Hey, Caitlin
Yeah.
Clark's gonna have to be there.
She
Yeah,
might
maybe
be
that's
there.
that's why she turned down the NBA All
3-point
Star 3-point.
contest. I
Yes, because
saw
she's
that.
gonna be. She'd rather be at the Royal
At
Rumble.
the Royal Rumble. No, but you saying you're thinking what's his name? Tyrese Halliburton, right? The
Oh,
Pacer.
Oh
he's
yeah.
definitely there.
He's
Well, I don't
part
know if
again. He could be
are the
there.
Pacers playing that? I don't know if the Pacers are playing that. I'm curious.
Ain't they on break? Or
No, the
when's
All-Star breaks in
the following week?
is the third week of February, the week after the
Oh.
Super Bowl. But
Oh, sorry. Also, Trick Williams is going to be there.
Trick
hell
Williams.
yeah. So I have the
Over for
Pacers
me.
don't play again until they got a game actually during the Rumble. They got a game in Indianapolis at 5 o'clock.
Ooh.
Unless you assume that Halliburton's
It'll be
going to go
done in
right to
time.
the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably
I
going
don't know
right
how
there.
I don't know how far the basketball arena is from the field.
That's funny. He's going to fake an injury to get out a little
But
early.
Caitlin Clark has to have an appearance.
She could. Yeah, she could definitely be there. That would be in the women's one though. Yeah, but I would say Trick Williams is a lock for an NXT appearance. Joe Hendry is the the TNA. I think probably the only guy in TNA who does it.
Because he believes in himself.
Because he believes.
Maybe PCO.
No one in WWE knows who that is, which is crazy because he wrestled there first. But no, but what was I gonna say? Actually, who could be an interesting thinking of the TNA crossover bit of it all? Nick Aldis could be fun.
The
Give him a
GM?
Rumble appearance. Yeah, he's a wrestler. I don't know if you knew that, Matt.
Oh yeah, I did know
yeah,
that, but
Adam Pearce was too. But Nick Aldis was a fairly famous wrestler for NWA and TNA Impact. So, if you're going to have some impact people in the Rumble, especially maybe not Hendry, but you get some of the other people. You mix them up with LA Knight and Drew McIntyre, who were big around the same time Aldis was in TNA. Could be fun. Give Nick Aldis a fun return spot just for the night. I would say that's another one to maybe look for.
How about what else? Is anyone missing? Hulk Hogan,
Maybe.
Will Ospreay.
Maybe. Will Ospreay's busy. I don't. My thing is, I wonder, Jose, how are you on your dirt sheets? Do you know a lot about what's going on with like AEW stars?
Yeah.
So, what is
Well,
up
they're
with Ricky
pissed.
Starks?
Well, who?
Ricky Starks.
Ricky Stark is still under contract. He ain't being touched.
Yeah, but I mean, like, let's just play devil's advocate. What if he was?
What if he was
Isn't that
what?
Cody's best friend?
What if he came? What if he was just in a match?
He wouldn't be in, even if he was a free
Oh, he'll
agent.
be there, in my opinion. But
That's Cody's
He'll be
best
there
friend,
live.
right?
One of his best friends, but I'm saying even if he was a free agent, he wouldn't be in the Rumble. He's not that big of a name to do it.
I think he'd get a pop early.
I mean,
Especially if Cody's in there. Oh, Cody's can't be in the ring. Cody's got a match, but still.
the problem with that, I get he'll get the pop, somewhat of a pop, but you won't get a big pop. But if you're gonna give a spot, so you're gonna just rub him the wrong way because everybody's gonna look at him because there's only 30 spots, and you're just gonna bring a guy that's half named,
Okay,
take one of the spots.
who's not gonna have a spot? So let's like who are we talking is not gonna be in this thing that would have any reason to be pissed off? No one. Uncle Howdy?
Otis.
Otis. Oh yeah, Otis. Otis is gonna throw his weight around backstage. God forbid we don't have that naked dude running around in all the freaking Arby's commercials or whatever the hell he's doing. I don't think anyone backstage.
Andrade probably won't be in it.
Andrade's gonna be in it. So is what's his
There's
name?
30 spots, my dude. How many?
Yes, he's gonna be in it.
How many spots are open? When you look at your list right now, how many spots you have open right now?
So we got the 15 declared.
Okay,
Right.
so I have 15 more spots.
Right.
You know,
I'm thinking you've got Trick and Joe Hendry.
you're
sure.
gonna two or three NXT guys.
We'll call Obafemi the other NXT guy. I don't think we're having more than that.
I like
You
it.
get two NXT, and you usually always get two like old school surprise appearances.
Right. So I think for the old school, one of them's not going to be old school. It's going to be Pat McAfee.
All right, okay, you
The
got that.
other one's going to be, I don't know, if Tommy Dreamer's available or one of the
Yeah, so
Dudleys.
or
Somebody,
someone
yeah.
from that market. Usually,
Yeah.
there's always someone around in the Indianapolis market. But then you look at it. So now we're down to 10,
Yeah.
and then Aleister Black's probably gonna be one of them.
Do we?
Oh, come on, Ryan.
Yeah,
I know
he's
he's
a
in
really
the
dude.
dark. He's in the dark arts and stuff. He ain't really into the devil shit. Come on, Popey. Of course he's gonna be in it.
I guess. Okay. So but in fairness, if you have that, then you don't need it.
Isn't it obvious? Isn't it? He just so happens to get a buyout of his contract. Just be perfect timing.
Listen, if he's in it, then yeah, Ricky Starks wouldn't need to be in it, even if he could be, because you've got Aleister Black to fill the AEW pop. So yeah, no, I agree with that. You don't need Ricky Starks if you have Aleister Black.
Right.
That would basically be fine. And then at that point, you just feel like Randy Orton might be back. Who knows? One of the bloodline's probably going to be in it. One of the bloodline will be in it.
I don't think Randy Orton, depending, and I'm gonna be real honest, depending on where the world title lies, depends on if Orton's coming back in the Rumble.
Yeah, I think so. I think that makes sense. But like I said,
it doesn't make
there's
no
room.
sense.
Andrade, I'll put the money down now. Andrade is going to be in the match.
And or how about who's the other dudes? Escobar. I would put him in before Ricky Starks.
Escobar.
No, I would only put Ricky Starks in if you don't have someone like Aleister Black to be the
I wouldn't
surprise
put it
AEW.
even if Aleister Black wasn't in this. I still would
No,
have
you
put
want
Ricky
to you
Starks.
want to surprise AEW. That's like you want to surprise AEW appearance.
But that's why you got TNA people. We put someone
Yeah,
that's a
TNA is not
TNA
AEW. Now,
AJ.
if they'd waited till Pentagon till the Rumble to debut Pentagon or Penta, then sure, that makes perfect sense. But they didn't.
Dude,
He's already
and
on
then you were
TNA.
thinking about two other spots gone already. If you're thinking about AJ Styles is coming back,
He
Yeah,
might be.
that's
Yeah, he might
true.
be. Yeah.
He
But
did
also
clear.
think
He
about AJ
said
and
Styles.
Omos has already been spotted down there. So Omos big
Omos.
ass
That's
is
wow.
gonna
right.
be there.
He's in New Japan right now, dude.
Nah, he left. He
It
I
he
really-
know that, but
left.
that's where he was before this. He's been wrestling in Japan. It's
Yeah,
been
well, of
awesome.
course he got. Yeah, but that's what I'm just
Good.
saying.
I'm here on Omos being in. That's awesome.
So
And that's a return. Omos coming back from Japan would be a return, by the way, I think. Yeah, no,
I
I
think
like
you
that.
got Rey
But
Mysterio's gonna make it. Rey
he's already
Mysterio.
in it, yeah. But he's already
Yeah.
declared. He's part of the first group. But my thing is, do you remember when AJ Styles debuted?
at the Royal
Yes.
Rumble.
Was a
Yep.
freaking, pardon the pun here. It was a phenomenal pop. People were pumped. So that's why you want to take an AEW guy. Now, again, Aleister Black counts. So if he's coming, then that
Yeah,
fills that
but
role nicely.
Alistair's Black's pop is gonna be more like Andrade last year's Rumble,
Sure, that's fine.
where it's like, oh, he's back, yay, and
Well, yeah,
then he
that's the
gets
problem
to
with the so that's the benefit of like a Ricky Starks if they were found is that it's somebody new. It's not a returning star. Be like, oh wow, a new guy, one of the AEW originals, quote unquote, is coming back. I think the only AEW non-original who would get there's only two AEW non-originals who would get that kind of a reaction, like a massive reaction, and that's Danielson and Moxley. They're the only two. If they came back, people would be like, "Wow, they're back." You know what I mean? Like it'd be a huge deal.
And that's not gonna happen.
No, I don't know
never.
that either of them's going to come back. At some point, they'll want to be in the what's it called, the Hall of Fame, and they'll come back for that. But other than that,
Who? Which one? Brian, not Moxley. I don't think Moxley gives a fuck.
the Shield's going to
He
go
doesn't.
in, and
Yeah,
Mox is going to
without
go.
him, maybe he ain't gonna give a shit.
No,
Moxley
no,
ain't gonna give a shit.
they will not let the Shield in without John Moxley or Dean Ambrose. So there's a world where they have to wait extra time, but eventually he'll shut up and he might not sign a deal with them, but he'll just not be under contract for a year with anybody else, just live off his money. And he'll, do the thing, Sierra Hotel, blah, 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 blah. He'll come, he'll say some shit into a microphone. He'll probably have a good time, and then he'll probably resign. But we're a ways from that.
And last
We're a
but
ways
not
from that.
least,
Yeah.
before we switch to the women's, you gotta have Bad Bunny in this before
you
he goes
No,
on. Or yes,
he's
what
not
do you mean,
coming.
hater?
No,
He literally
I'm
said
not.
on Rolling Stone this week he wants to do more WWE stuff.
Yeah,
That
I'm fine with
doesn't
that.
mean-
That's just not this match.
So too bad.
You
Too
wanna
bad.
know-
You need
Oh,
to
give
see
him a-
one of the spots for
Give him a
Bad
match
Bunny.
at WrestleMania.
Listen.
I'm down for it. Give him a
He
match.
is a Final Four.
Well, from a previous one, yeah.
For-
No, just
yes,
give him a match.
That's how good
man.
he is.
No, I'm saying just
He's
give him a
gotta
match.
show up.
I don't think he needs to show up to the Rumble. He should. If Logan Paul, just him versus Logan Paul. Fine, do that.
You
They
guys
hate
are-
each other.
Well,
Too bad. Haters.
too bad
Haters.
he's
No, I'm
doing
saying they
a
hate each other,
residency.
yeah.
Bad Bunny's going to be in the Royal Rumble match.
No, I don't think he is.
Too
I really
bad.
don't.
Too bad.
No, he's not. 100%.
He's
He's
not,
not.
Too
He
bad.
might be at Mania, but he's not going to be at.
He's
Too
not
bad.
even gonna be at Mania. He got
Too
a
bad.
he has
Las
a
Vegas.
residency tour.
Too bad.
He's not gonna. He has too much money invested. He's under
bad.
insurance.
Too
Uh,
bad.
Too
True.
bad for you.
No, you're
Too
right.
bad
If
for
he's
you.
if he's under insurance, Matt, well, it's fine. But if he's under
Too
insurance
bad.
because of his tour, then he legally can't do it.
Too bad.
They're not gonna risk him
bad.
getting injured where he has a 2 month freaking
They'll
Puerto Rico
sue
that
him
makes
before they
$8
let him
million.
wrestle. They'll
Too
sue him
bad.
before they let him wrestle.
Too bad.
You're just sounding
Bad
silly now,
Bunny.
but that's all right.
Bad
Anyway,
Bunny. So now let's switch to the Women's Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble is apparent. So you guys tell me, what is the direction we're going for the Women's Royal Rumble match? What are we
easy.
feeling? Is it blatantly
This was
obvious?
a way more
so
obvious. where they
I
were.
actually think this one is just as hard, but for different reasons.
Come on, Ryan.
Let me explain. We talked about how, like, in that group of 15 guys, there's a bunch of
Oh.
dudes you could make a case, right?
By the way, Okay, no, keep going, Ryan. I'll say when you're done who's declared for the women's. I have that
Yeah.
right in front of me.
So I won't go through the numbers, but there's 10 women declared. And Matt's going to read them out in a second. And I'm looking at this list here, right? And none of them feel like they should be the winner of the Royal Rumble. None of them feel like they should
Good.
win. And I'm like, so while on the guy side, there's like a bunch of people who like could win. And so it's exciting because you're like, I don't know who's going to win. All these people could win. This one's like, no one really feels hot enough to win the Rumble right now on the women's side. So I don't know who's going to win because, frankly, none of them feel like they should win. Like
There's
all of them
only
feel like long shots.
there
There's
are
10
only
long
there's
shots in this group right now. But that's not to say that there's better people who are not in the group of 10. It's to say that there's going to be 30 women who all feel like long shots to win this match. So like you're probably going to default to, the
I
usual
dis
suspects. But let's hear what
I
Matt says about who's in it, and then we'll go to Jose.
I disagree with the long shot. There's two obvious ones.
So as I name them really
Obvious,
quick,
yes,
tell
but
me
not-
the obvious. And
It's-
that is apparent. Just 1 second. Just
Uh-huh.
1 second. So the women in the match at this moment are Nia Jax, Bailey, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile,
Korea.
Io Sky. Jose, who are the two obvious ones?
It's either
In your
Charlotte
opinion.
or Becky.
Oh, Becky.
It's either you go Becky. Becky's gonna
Becky
either
Lynch is
go
not in the
against.
match yet, but she may be one
But
of
she's
the
good.
others.
She was supposed to
Oh, Becky
be
Lynch.
back.
Yeah, Becky
Becky
Lynch.
Lynch is gonna be in it because Becky was supposed to be back at the first Raw on Netflix. That had been pushed back, and they pushed it back for her to make the surprise appearance. And I don't know if you guys play WWE Supercars. I do.
No, I don't.
And they're promoting the shit out of her on it.
Super cards.
So
Okay.
it's either Charlotte or Becky. Charlotte's gonna go. Becky's going against Rhea, or it's gonna either be Charlotte going against Tiffy. Pick your poison.
Wow. Talk
Could do
about
both.
create a good
But-
opportunity for the Royal Rumble to make new stars. You do the same damn people.
So I know who
that's
I'm
same
gonna
for the
pick.
men as well. This is, I
No, I
think it's
mean,
even worse
yeah.
with the women. More, in my opinion, more egregious. Where you have a really weak roster in terms of star power.
Right.
You
I
need
think
to
that's
make
the
new.
difference.
You need to make no doubt. You have amazing athletes there, and they all have the ability to be big stars. But this is your chance to make a big star, and you're going to do the nepo baby that never
Okay,
loses,
can I ask you?
and then
I mean,
the other
yeah.
woman
So
who whatever she does, she gets. She never loses either. You have the two.
they
people
don't lose. Yes,
who
they don't lose very
lose.
often. They're very good at winning. The two of them, Charlotte and Becky, particularly good winners.
And if you're
Jose,
me,
what are
I
you gonna
say,
I disagree with you on making stars because if you realistically, if you want my honest opinion, I think Charlotte's gonna win it, and I think Tiffany's gonna beat Charlotte at
Well, right, yeah,
WrestleMania.
you make a
And
star
now
by having
you
them
just
lose.
established her as a bigger star, and now you have a Tiffy was always someone you rooted for, and she finally got it. But she only got it because of Money in the Bank. But you don't really believe that. You don't know how long she can hold the title. You want her. You hope in that.
Right, beating
they-
Charlotte shows that this is a real title.
Yeah,
reign.
correct. You just established her as the biggest stage of them all. Tiffy's the big like Tiffy's now a moneymaker. Now she's up there with the Beckys, she's up there with the Charlotte, she's up there with the Rheas. You just established her to a main star now. So I disagree in that aspect. You're using the Rumble to get Charlotte to take the pin for Tiffy. You gotta do. I mean, ways of doing that, but that.
I mean, so you're going with. Sorry, you're going with
I'm with Charlotte.
Charlotte or
Yeah.
Becky, or like who's your specific pick? I
My
guess?
I'm now discussing this with you. I'm going with Charlotte all the way.
Okay.
It's just they're blowing her up. Just totally makes sense.
And so Matt obviously wants a new star. So where are your thoughts on this, Matt?
see, I want Jade Cargill to win it.
You're
And
fucking on drugs.
why? Well, hi. The woman is a star power. Is as star power as it
She's oh
comes.
yeah, but
She's amazing.
you're right.
She's fun to
Can't wrestle
watch.
for shit.
If
Awesome.
for what it's worth, she is a woman of color, and we like diversity.
What the fuck is that? You have Bianca
it's right.
Belair.
You need more people. You literally can't have the one black person there. You need multiple people.
No, she's our black wrestler. Come on, Jose.
You picked the one black wrestler that can't wrestle. You had Naomi.
What do you
said her
mean?
name.
That's a star.
Naomi can wrestle as well.
You need more stars.
I think
like
Jade
that.
is fine.
But
I would say, all right, I'll say this. Jade is definitely, of Naomi, Bianca, and Jade, Jade is the worst in-ring wrestler, yes. But I don't think any of them are bad. I think all of them can have a main event match.
I'm not saying, but she has never proven herself.
Exactly.
That's what the Rumble's for.
A one-on-one.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you're
That's what
not
the Rumble's
gonna
for.
Yeah, you can do that at the Rumble, but that WrestleMania is no way in hell you're gonna ask her to do a 20-minute fucking match and at least not to shit the bed.
No, I mean it would be quicker. It wouldn't be. It would probably be a squash.
But that's my point.
They're not going to be coronated, probably.
They're not doing it. No way.
I also don't think they're going to do Jade, by the way. But I will say that I'm stuck on this one. Like I said, so what's interesting is I'm stuck not because I don't think Charlotte or Becky will be in a title match, right?
Right.
But if it were me, if I had the book, I'd put them both in the same title match. This would be the women's triple threat. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair versus what's it called? Versus Becky Lynch. That's how I would book if I was in charge, right? However, looking at the people who are on the roster, the only person that I feel like could win is Nia Jax, who would also be an opponent for Tiffany Stratton. And so I'm at a loss.
There's one sleeper that nobody named yet.
A sleeper? Who's the sleeper?
Miss Grace.
So I was about to get to her.
Okay, go ahead.
That was going to be my pick because I don't want to pick. I was going to pick Nia, but that ruins the triple threat match that I want in my head canon. So I can't pick Nia for that. So that leaves just Jordynne Grace. That's the only person it could be. She's going to debut in the Rumble. I apologize for my camera being ridiculous right now. She's going to debut in the Rumble, win the Rumble. She can be the one to take on Rhea just fine. That's powerhouse versus powerhouse. Everybody wants to see that match. They've already been, jawing at each other on social media. I think that would be an awesome match. And even if she loses to Rhea, to win her first match as a Royal Rumble and, main event WrestleMania, be that, her second premium live event, I think that would be an awesome way to debut someone of her caliber. So I'm going to go Jordynne Grace simply because my only other thought is Nia Jax, and that ruins a much better main event. So
you want to know the funny thing is, you mentioned Jordynne Grace, but I think Jordynne Grace is going to feud with Nia Jax.
Oh, that's kind of funny. I mean, maybe. Yeah, it's possible.
It just makes sense that she's going to eliminate. I have a funny feeling that Jordynne Grace is going to come in, show her power, eliminate Nia Jax. Nia Jax comes back in the ring.
But that could be, how when you win the Rumble, they still got to use you, but they can't use you too much. So you usually have like a weird mini feud on the road to WrestleMania.
Right.
That could be the Nia spot. Nia could have the mini feud with, Nia versus Jordynne Grace at Elimination Chamber. You know what I mean?
You're right, but I don't know. I think Nia Jax feuds, you take time because you're going to Nia Jax is good on her promos where she'll talk shit saying she's not.
No, I know, yeah.
I don't think you don't want to rush that. And I feel like people will want to see that. I don't think you're just going to give it up right away, especially when it's next pay-per-views, Elimination Chambers.
Right.
And you want to focus on those, especially if there's a women's chambers.
I hear you. I get what you're saying. I can't get out of my head the idea that it's going to be Charlotte, Becky, and Tiffany in the same match. And since I can't get past that, I've got to go with Jordynne. She's the only person that makes sense. Otherwise, again, Nia makes sense for Tiffany. They were a thing, and that could be her way back. So, but I can't get past the Tiffany match in my brain, and for that reason, I'm going with Jordynne Grace.
I didn't know who that was. She's thick.
Yeah, she's just left TNA.
Hmm.
So she's been in a
Oh,
Rumble before. It won't be her first Rumble, actually, which is
I know
interesting.
you don't know who Jordan Grace is.
because I don't.
God damn, she was in the last two
She was in
fucking
last two,
Rumbles.
or last one. I don't think she was in two, just the last one.
Was it? I thought it was
Yeah,
two.
Mickey James has been in two since going to
Oh
TNA.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right, that's right.
So on top of, as I mentioned, as we talked about before, any surprise entrances. What are we gonna say for the women? What famous women are gonna join the match?
Bunch of nobodies and fucking Jordan Grace.
It'll be
That's it.
Michelle McCool again.
You're
Nah,
not
I don't think
enough
it.
for
I
me.
hope
I
not.
love that song. You're not enough for
For
me.
me.
That's such a good
On the
song.
road.
It's like somebody really wasted a good song for a wrestling entrance.
I mean, Michelle McCool is a good wrestler, so it wasn't wasted. But anyway,
I know, but that could have been
oh
like
yeah, it could have
a
been a
pop
real
star.
song. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I think we'll get Michelle. Nikki Bella seems to want to come back. This would be a good time
Oh,
for her to make an appearance.
it was one twerk that got her back in.
That's right. One twerk, she's back. But
In
that
front
being
of
said,
Bill
Nikki Bella
Simmons.
does want to come back. That's a real report. She would like to make a return to WWE. Rumble would make a great amount of sense to do that if she wants to come back anyway.
I don't
So I
think
think
she. I think she can't because she's on that fucking game show right now.
she can. I promise you
I
she can.
think. I think she can't.
Game
I'm being
show.
like, yeah, she's
She
on
doesn't
the
have
game
Who?
the
show right now.
Who?
you
But
don't
you know,
have the same insurance issues with the game
it's
show.
not. It's not the
She can do it,
insurance.
I
It's not.
promise.
It's not an insurance issue. It's you're contractually. You cannot like when you do reality TV shows. You're doing a reality TV show, and oh, you pop up, and you're still in the competition at another show.
Yeah, it
What does that
depends
look
on if
like?
she's already eliminated. That's
Right,
what it
but
comes
nah,
down
the
to, and I
show
don't
just
know.
started. Yeah, I forgot the
Well,
name of the
they've
show. It's
already
on.
had two eliminations.
What
You know
show?
what the?
The Traitors, by the way, this is the
There you
newest
go.
season of the
Yeah,
Traitors.
yeah,
You
So
watch that show?
if she's already been
yeah.
voted out of the Traitors, then
Yeah,
she can be
then
there.
probably. Yeah, you're right.
And
Then I
which
would say
which
that.
wrestler is this again?
Nikki Bella.
Nikki Bella, you mentioned her. What the fuck?
Who
Sorry.
else? What other women? I mean, they
Lita.
have a history of having the TNA Knockouts champion in the Rumble, and since Jordan Grace is going to be a WWE star, they could also include Masha Slamovich, who is the current
Yeah, and
TNA
she
Women's
made it, and
Champion
she also made an appearance on NXT.
on
So,
NXT.
right.
And then you got some NXT people. You could see Julia come up. You could see Stephanie Vaquer come up. Uh,
Perez. No, I think it's
yeah,
Perez and
Cora Jade or Roxanne
Cora
Perez, one
Jade.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's who.
Nobody else? How about Lita, Trish Stratus,
Why the fuck would
Molly,
I want to
Maybe
see them?
Victoria? I don't know.
Victoria. Who do you want to see, man?
Jazz.
Damn, you bringing all these bitches you grew up just watching. Jesus Christ.
Candice Michelle.
It was nice.
Candice
It was,
Michelle. She can't
yeah.
wrestle. She couldn't wrestle before. She's gonna do it now.
Your
I don't.
WWE has the deepest fucking roster of women wrestling. You don't
I
have to
know
go
there's
out as much. You leave basically
yeah,
one or two spots.
right.
It'll
Which
be nice.
again, Michelle McCool and Nikki Bella.
Sunny
You
Days.
might. Well, she's in prison, so I doubt. I
She's in
doubt.
prison. Yeah, I don't
Doubt the
think she
court
should
is
get
gonna
For
let
out.
her
what?
go for
What?
killing a
Drunk
man.
driving. Yeah, she
Oh.
killed that guy.
Jenny didn't know that. Sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
no,
That's
she's in
terrible.
jail.
How about
Um,
Miss Undertake? That not Miss
That's Michelle McCool.
How about Stephanie McMahon?
Not happening.
Remember when Vicky Guerrero was in the first one? Excuse me.
See, that's the thing. I think the first Rumble, I think everybody's on that. You might get one surprise appearance, maybe Mickey Jane. I can see that. I can see.
Mercedes Monet,
How about
Yeah,
Maria?
right. Maria who?
Canellis.
Oh, her
Isn't
name was
she
Maria.
still? Yeah, but she had bad beef with WWE. That's not happening.
Which is so. I mean, that whole thing is crazy. I'm not gonna
Well,
speak on that.
she seems like she beefs with everybody that fucking
Yeah.
every company she leaves.
She doesn't. Yeah, she seems to have a pretty
Any
quick fuse.
NIL women, Livy Dunn.
No.
I mean, they did have those Cavender sisters show up once. That could be fun.
Santina Marella.
No.
His daughter is in NXT right now. She's the
Is
man,
she?
the whatever. She's the
I saw him
yeah.
on Chris Van Fleet be hilarious. Can
Yeah.
you could do
So
it to the character just like that? Of course.
so it would be funny if they had Santino, who is now working with WWE as part of TNA, to do something with his daughter. They did have that a
In
couple of
TNA.
times on TNA, but to have him come out like accompany her to the ring for her first Rumble could be very funny. Have the women beat him up to what's it called? Intergender wrestling is coming back to the 2K games, so that could be a fun way. Have
Is
Nia
it
Jax,
really?
yep, have Nia Jax beat up Santino and then his daughter. Could be fun. Why not?
I like
Nia
it.
Jax. He would just be calling her Nia Jackson. That's what he would be saying the whole time in that Italian accent.
Nia Jax.
Look at you, your big Nia Jackson.
Well, regardless, so whether it's the men's Royal Rumble or the women's Royal Rumble, the Rumble feels stacked. You guys already have, and we've all broken it down and talked about how there's so much going on before it kicks off on Saturday.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a this could be a long episode if it was an older Rumble. I don't know what happened to my camera here. But yeah, if this was an old Vince Rumble, this would be a long episode because Triple H keeps them nice and short with only 4 matches, but there's a ton to talk about. The Rumble is one of my favorite shows. I actually did see it live once, that first women's one with we were talking about with Vicky Guerrero, which is crazy that that's how I refer to it, as the one with Vicky Guerrero. But anyway, the energy in the building is always wild. Again, first women's Rumble made it twice as much. So, have Jose? Have you been to a Rumble live?
No. Sadly, it's
No,
the one I haven't gone.
really. That's the
No.
only of the big five you haven't gone to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. That's excuse me. You definitely want to try and go because I've been to a few wrestling shows, and that was definitely the coolest atmosphere I've been to, even compared to WrestleMania, honestly.
Well,
Lucky
that's
you,
saying
kid.
something. Brian, you talked about energy, and speaking of energy, I just wanted to talk about how um there's so much attention and focus when it comes to the energy of these superstars. And so many superstars present that energy and focused every single day. And thanks to our friends at Magic Mind, we have some news for you that is too sweet
Too
and
sweet.
something you do not want to miss. And there's something we have to share about this very sweet offer.
And that, of course, is from our friends at Magic Mind, which we have been really fortunate to work with over the past, however long we've been working with them. They're awesome and their product is really good. Matt, obviously, you've talked about it. You take it in the morning, right?
All the time.
Yeah,
All the time.
I've like I said, I take the morning too, but the nighttime ones, I was actually at one point I was like, let me bring my nighttime one for the show. I didn't, so I'll have to take it after. But yeah, the nighttime ones have really helped me sleep. But I'm fully back into the Magic Mind now. It really does smack down fatigue and mental haziness, and the Matt is shaking his head, so I apologize, as that definitely was groan worthy. But it's also true, right? Like it does improve your energy. I don't get jittery or anything like that when I use it. It's not like a one-time shot you buy at a gas station for like a long drive and whatever. It's a long-term supplement that you take every day. You can find it with like your juices and your vitamins and whatnot in like a local grocery store. At least by me in the DMV, you can. The company is 100% safe, all natural, organically grown. And the remedies are to help you be healthier, beyond just traditional like energy and focus. And that's where there's like the sleep shots come in. Helps you sleep, which helps you feel better throughout your day. Um, Add it to my routine, and everyone, in my opinion, should. Sleep is hard, and sleep is super important. Like we all need sleep. You feel more refreshed from the minute you wake up, thanks to the Magic Mind shots.
And the original Magic Mind shots still provide that mental clarity and energy meant to boost your ADP, the engine that powers you throughout the day. It supplements and it supplements that restful sleep to keep you feeling ready all day long without a sugar or caffeine crash, and will have you performing much better thanks to its unique blend of vitamins and nootropics.
Yes, exactly. And you can't beat the price for the value. So it costs roughly the same each day as what your coffee would cost. The soda you grab, energy drinks, the whole nine yards. They back the product 100% for 100 days. So you've got no risk. You've got a product that works. And the money is, literally can't be, you have the online option, which is better than going to the grocery store and buying all your stuff, keeps the expensive stuff out of your cart for a little longer, Yes, it's the same money, but podcast math, if you have a subscription, then it doesn't count. So, set it and forget
I
it.
like that. I'll take your word for that as well, Ryan. And Magic Mind is still offering bundles with both sleep and focus boosting shots, along with other awesome products. Don't hesitate another week to learn more about this stuff for yourself. Get some Magic Mind to help you achieve your goals. It isn't a miracle, it's a proven remedy to help your body do what it naturally does best. And I promise you, you won't regret learning about it. If you're ready to try it, we have an excellent deal to share with you, the most incredible fans online all over the world. Right now, you can get 45% off Magic Mind. You can get 45% off the Magic Mind bundle. That is sleep and focus boosting shots by using the link magicmind.com/PCJN. We also have that in the episode description below. But again, go to magicmind.com/PCJN for this frankly unbelievable 45% off deal. Our friends at Magic Mind can only offer this deal for a little longer, so you do not want to wait. You do not want to miss this. And every day is the perfect day to try something new, change your life, and reclaim your brain with Magic Mind.
That's
So,
right.
thank you again, as always, to our friends at Magic Mind for having our back. And
Yep,
as
yep.
for the rest of us and the rest of this show, I also just wanted to go back really quick on the Women's Royal Rumble
Mhm.
and just quickly say the odds for
Sure.
I was gonna say the Magic Mind Rumble.
The
The
Magic
odds
Mind
for
Rumble, maybe someday.
indeed, we could definitely see it advertised on the ring. But to tell you guys the odds for the Women's Royal Rumble, right?
Mhm.
First, Charlotte Flair at -200 is a huge favorite into this. The only one who's an actual true favorite here. The only one under the Mendoza line at -200. The men's everybody is technically an underdog. She
That's
is just a straight up
absolutely
favorite.
insane.
-200.
She
Bianca
hasn't wrestled in a year.
well, WWE likes to let her do whatever the hell she
They
wants.
do, they do. That's true. She's also the best women's wrestler possibly ever. So I do get it, but that's crazy.
Bianca's at +175, Io
Okay.
Sky at +325, Becky Lynch at +400, Alexa Bliss at +1000, and Liv at
Mm.
+1600.
Interesting.
Those are
Becky
the
is where
ones they
she
offer.
is. Yeah. Becky's interesting that low, actually. Um, Bianca, it's weird because it seems like Bianca would be heading for a Jade Cargill match regardless of the Royal Rumble, but maybe she's gonna win and Cargill's gonna win the title, and I don't know. There's a way to do that perhaps, but Bianca to me feels like it can't be in it. Just is busy already with Jade and Naomi and everything going on there. But
Argo and Bianca are going to be busy WrestleMania weekend because they're going to defend them tag team titles
oh, you think
against.
so? Well, right now Jade doesn't hold those tag team titles,
Well,
right? Naomi
I think.
does.
Well, she's holding it. She ain't the real champion. Once that comes back, Baba, I think I think I know where they're going with that storyline. So I think they're gonna be busy
You're gonna
with
have
the.
it. The breakup's gonna happen at WrestleMania, is what you're trying to tell me?
I think you find out Naomi's the one, and I think she blinds herself with it doesn't that's the thing. People like you look at that Jade Cargill storyline. She
Mhm.
got jumped, and everybody's thinking it's one person jumped her. I don't think it's one person. I think it's three people.
Yeah, Bianca, Naomi, and someone else.
No, you're not turning Bianca heel for Jade Cargill now. Come on now.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
Mama.
Naomi and who's those NXT chicks that just went for the titles?
Oh yeah. I mean, maybe.
I think that makes it perfect where she
Or like
jumps with
Lash
lines with
Legend
them.
is on. Was the Lash
Yeah,
Legend in
Last
there? Lash
Legend
Legend's
and
awesome. I like Lash.
her and the other one.
I don't know if I know who
I
her partner is.
Well, whatever it is, Matt should be happy because a whole chocolate affair.
They are all black. Yes.
Yeah, so Matt should be jumping for joy for that one. At least titles are going to be on there. I think that's when
That's right.
Naomi turns, and that's where like
It
you
helps
find
those
out
two win, and now it's
helps her to boast those two up, gives Naomi a nice little heel run to go, and now you establish them because I bet that's what's going to come out. Jade Cargill's going to say come back in the Rumble and is going to blame Lash Legend and Homegirl. And you
Mhm.
find out Naomi was the mastermind behind it the whole time, and then
Right.
they got her. I think that's exactly where
Unless
it's
it was
going.
Bianca. Bum bum bum.
That's see that I would love to see Bianca's Hill just to see like just to see how she would
Again, the
do,
wall.
but she's so much. She's making John
What was
Cena
that
kind
one?
of fucking money for the women. It doesn't make sense for her to turn heel.
We're gonna pretend that Matt didn't just say whatever he just
Oh,
said. What was that?
What's that song? She's like, I'm on the wall.
Yeah, but you just did like against the world, but you just said it. It's against the world is the line you said, but you
Oh.
just kind of said it really fast out of nowhere.
I like Bianca. But yeah, good stuff there though, guys. For the women's, we'll see what happens, even though it's gonna be Charlotte again. Oh, the Patrick Mahomes of wrestling.
Don't put
Yeah, I
that on
said it.
Charlotte.
Yes,
Don't
I
put
said
that
it.
on
I
Charlotte.
said it.
The
I
refs
said
aren't
Patrick
helping
Mahomes of
Charlotte.
wrestling.
The
okay.
refs
Is
aren't
there?
helping
Can
Charlotte.
you name five better wrestlers in Charlotte Flair
Yeah, on the
No,
women's
but
side, yeah.
can but
on the women's
no, but
side?
you can
No,
but
but
you
she
could
just because
still
she's the best doesn't mean I want to see her.
exactly. That's the one thing wrestling you don't have to do.
All honesty, this is probably it for Charlotte. Let's be like realistically. Once some bitches come from NXT move up, it's a wrap. You
What do
try
you
to pull
call?
that Charlotte Flair, like her
Yeah,
run, I think she's done.
if she wants
After
to be,
like
sure.
I think she's done. I think they don't. I think at the point they're at the point now. She can't pull this shit no more. Like she can't take a year off and come back
Oh
to the main
yeah,
event. Is what I'm saying.
gotcha.
She's
You're
I
saying
think
she might
38
just
years old
retire
too.
from
I
wrestling
think
because she
I
doesn't
think
want to do
she
it anymore. Yeah, that's
remember
possible.
this is wasn't her dream. She's doing it for her brother. I think she
Yeah, no,
established it
that.
now
Oh, and her
and
dad
established
and
it
all that. Yeah,
right.
it's like yeah.
She established her legacy. She established that she was the best in the world. She's like she doesn't have to do this. I think it just now it's just gonna start irritating people to the point where it's like, bitch, you come here for like 3 months, you come WrestleMania season, and then you're gone with your bullshit. And you're on fucking Instagram traveling the world.
Listen, she's the
So
best female wrestler the company has ever had. It's not really, I don't believe it's a competition. And I know people would disagree with that, and they can certainly do that, but they would be wrong. So if she wants to wrestle, she'll be allowed to wrestle, my opinion. She may not want to. She might be done with it. But I don't think anyone's going to tell Charlotte Flair she can't come back for WrestleMania. Just my opinion. I think that she can do that for as long as she pleases. I thought you were saying like she can't go in the ring anymore, and I've not seen any
Nah,
evidence of that.
I think she would. I think when she's done, she's done. I
No,
honestly think she
no.
wouldn't
When
come
you
back.
said when you said she's done, I thought you meant like she
Oh,
can't keep up with the NXT. I'm like, Charlotte Flair is better than anyone they've caught up on NXT still. She's still better. I mean, you saw that match last year that she had, right?
mhm.
Like that was incredible.
The
She's
bitch
just
is
never
injury
had
prone,
a
my dude.
she's never had a bad WrestleMania match. She's just not done it. It's
Not at
never
WrestleMania.
happened.
She had bad match. She had
Oh yeah,
that bad match with
everyone gets
Nia
bad
Jax.
matches. Everyone gets bad matches. Now again, I'm saying it, and the big spotlight. Charlotte Flair has never had a bad match, and more importantly, she's always been, in my opinion,
They
in
had
the
a
big
bad
moments.
match at WrestleMania. She had one.
Which one?
Triple threat, Becky and Ronda.
That wasn't bad. I was there live.
You need to stop that shit. That ending was fucked up.
That
That
wasn't
match
bad.
was terrible.
The people ate the fuck out of that match, dude. No, you're wrong. Everyone in the stadium was in on that match. Everyone. So, I mean, they were there for Becky. Obviously, Becky was who they wanted to win. I'm not saying that Charlotte was the favorite, but everybody liked that match there. They, the live crowd was 100% behind them. But I would say that in addition to never having a bad match, in most cases, she has one of the top 4 matches of the weekend at WrestleMania. Like, it's an insane run that Charlotte's on, and I know I'm glazing her, but like it's just true. So if they want to give her another one, I say give her another one. I would love to see her just get another one without winning the Rumble. Someone else could use that accolade, like we talked about, debuting Jordan Grace. Even Nia Jax could probably use an accolade like that if they're going to keep her up at the main event level. But it doesn't make sense. Wouldn't insult me at all to think that Charlotte Flair should be in a main event at WrestleMania this year.
All right. Let's talk about the tag team match for 2 minutes. To be
That's
fair,
right.
we
The
have
bathroom break match.
yes,
The bathroom
exactly.
break match.
This is
2
one
out
of
of
the
3
worst
falls.
examples of it. 2 out of 3 falls my ass. No one gives.
Well,
No,
if
it is.
you need, if you
It
get-
is 2
No,
out of
I
3
know. I'm
falls.
sorry.
So, yeah.
Like
Well, that's
as
great.
if that's gonna make a big difference.
That's
But we
great, guys. That means if you have diarrhea that day, you got plenty of time
Yeah,
not to
yeah,
rush.
they got to do
We
it twice.
got
Yeah.
DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus the
Mhm.
Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin. I don't care about this. DIY wins. Tell me what else.
What do you think,
And,
husband?
of course, DIY is winning. They're fucking Triple H's boy. They already they already fucked up. What's the name? The Motor Machine Guns. Fucking, they're just stalled out. They're done.
Done strong, but I do think there's a world
do
where
the
they're going
last
to
match
be,
now.
where they're going to be, what's it called? Where they're not going to be, they're going to play a supporting role. They're not going to be like a top team. So yeah, I'm also going DIY. I don't think they're quite as done, but I think with the NXT TNA partnership, all that stuff, there's a lot you can do with them. Still, just not. They just don't need the title to do it.
I think it also shows that Chris Sabin fucking promo skills is just straight trash.
I mean, TNA is not known for making some of the best promos.
Yeah, but just to think he was world champion over there.
But think about, like, honestly, not that, I mean, LA Knight's always been better than Chris Sabin.
Damn,
But look
this
at LA
Jordan
Knight.
Grace is a jeez. She got an interview by Chris Van Fleet.
Yeah, I was listening to it.
My gosh, she's got bigger muscles than
Yo, you gotta
a
go
lot
on her
of dudes.
Instagram. Yo, I don't smash girls that look manly, but I'll smash the shit out of her.
That's her. You see this back on her? Oh my god.
Some
Make
said
you
she looks
feel
like
like
Sabrina. She looks like Sabrina Carpenter
Yeah, she is Sabrina Carpenter
on
but,
steroids.
But steroids.
Yeah. But what did they put in that espresso? No, but in all seriousness, yeah, I would say DIY because you're gonna be sending Motor City Machine Guns elsewhere. So
yeah, no, they're staying on SmackDown. They ain't going
no, but
nowhere.
they're gonna get involved with they can get involved with AJ, get involved in a couple little things. It might show up in Impact once or twice. My opinion.
How about that? Now let's talk about the championship match that legitimately has some stakes on the line and something very, very cool to talk about. So we have Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, a ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship, which is the undisputed and Wing Eagle Championship belts will be suspended above the ring. Whoever gets them both will be the champion. Just so you know, guys, Cody Rhodes is the favorite at minus 500. Heavy favorite here. But if you look at wrestling,
That's not a heavy favorite.
compared to plus 300, minus 500.
Yeah, Cody
I
Rhodes should be minus 2 G's easy. There's no way in fucking hell. There's no way in fucking hell Kevin Owens has a shot.
Hey,
No
I'll tell you
way.
one thing though. Wrestling Twitter is making it really hard and manifesting and writing into existence that he should lose.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling Twitter would bite its nose to spite its face literally every time. They want to see Homelander Cody, and they need it right now because they're a bunch of kids. They're kids who throw
You
tantrums. That's what they are. And
know what's
again,
funny? Can I
fairness,
say if Cody
most
really does
people are.
turn teal and they call him Homelander Cody,
Yeah,
is
but
that
in all
even allowed?
seriousness, like most people are children who throw tantrums, so I get it. But Cody's gonna turn heel. He's already turning. Anyone who's watching knows he's already turning. It's already started.
Bro looked like he was drunk
And
doing that CM
honestly,
Punk promo.
yeah. But
That was
honestly,
really
what's
happening.
interesting is someone pointed this out. Like when The Rock came back.
Oh, he's well. Sorry.
No, wait, let me finish. I'm not talking about The Rock fighting Cody. When The Rock came back the night after Mania to talk to Cody, he said to him in no uncertain terms, "That thing," pointing to the WWE Championship, "is going to crush you. You're not ready." Essentially, that's what he said to him. He was like, "You can't carry that. You're going to crush yourself under the weight of that thing." So Cody holding it all this time, getting more and more angry, more and more desperate, more and more aggressive, finally losing it, so on and so forth. That's an awesome story. I think having that story happen now is rushed. My opinion, that's a rushed story. I think you want if you want to do it soon, and soon I don't think you need it soon because soon basically means you're done with the bloodline for Cody. Which fine, if you're done with it, you're done with it. But that means you can't go back and do Cody Rock. Like if Cody turns heel, even if he turns face again, he's you can't be like, all right, now you'll face The Rock. No, like it needs to be the Cody Rhodes that won the championship that faces The Rock. If it's a different Cody Rhodes, it's a different Cody Rhodes. So if you want to turn him heel soon, you don't do it at Rumble, you do it at WrestleMania after he loses to John Cena. He loses to Cena. He takes it out on Cena. Now you run it back, but now Cena's the face and the champion. Cody's the heel challenging. And then Cody takes it off of him. Cena doesn't need it a long time. He just needs to win that number, right? And that's boom. Now you got heel Cody as champ.
Simple as that. And does that really gonna kill all the momentum? Are the kids gonna look up to him anymore?
I mean,
It's gonna be. Is this
not while
gonna
he's a
be
heel, they
straight up
won't.
sad? I should ask.
Yeah, not as a heel, they'll be sad. Yeah.
They're not gonna make the same mistake they did with Cena.
Oh, I mean, you could argue they didn't make a mistake with Cena because they printed money. But yeah, I do think they'll eventually turn him.
But anyways, regarding this match though,
Yeah,
you guys say no doubt Cody is winning. Is this going to be competitive at all? Is it going to be
very
legit?
competitive. Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be moments where you're like, "Oh shit," but no?
I mean, yeah. I think this, I love a one-on-one ladder match. They're hard to do well, but when they're done well, they're really cool. And I think that this one has got two really talented guys in it. Cody has had a great number of these matches in AAW and made them good, made them work. So I'm excited to see this match personally. I don't know about you, if you are, Jose.
I'm more excited to see Orton interferes.
I mean,
To be real honest, because you already know who's winning. So
you really think Randy Orton interferes in this match?
who took out Orton?
No, I know that. I'm saying you really think that Orton's going to interfere in the match? That to me is cheap. They're not going to do that because
Do we
Orton's
have?
probably not having a match with either of them.
I have a. I'm gonna complain about Kevin Owens real
Go
quick.
for it.
I talked about this with you, Ryan. How
Mhm.
Kevin Owens has always been there. He's a champion, no doubt. But in a world where you have, like, we'll compare this to the NFL. If Cody and Roman are Mahomes, damn, I can't really even say that because only Mahomes was in the last 2 decades. Roman and Cody is Mahomes. One is Mahomes. One is Brady.
Right, yeah.
We'll say Matt Stafford is, name me a one-off WWE champion. It's AJ Styles or something. Even though he's
Right,
like
yeah.
more than one. And Kevin Owens is like I honestly, Matt Stafford is a perfect example. He is a champion. He's
yeah.
there, but
Actually, yeah.
like the
Stafford
numbers
would be.
say he's a Hall of Famer, but he's just also kind of there too. Wins
Yeah.
the game,
Yeah.
but
I see what you're saying. He's won the title once. He's had a couple of fun matches.
They
Had a couple
always
of
put
main
him in the
events.
title match. Always.
Right. He's always there.
Who could
He's
we
always
have
someone
them
they could do
lose?
it.
Who could we have him lose? Who could we have the champion beat? Let's bring KO in.
Which,
And KO, I
hey,
have respect for it.
good career,
but
by the way.
no
Get to be
doubt.
the dude that the champ beats every time. That's not a bad career. That's a big spot, big payday, a lot
I
of
hate
TV
his
time.
promos though.
Uh,
His overacting is legit annoying. Like Rose screams like it's literally life or death, and it's not convincing if you ask me.
No, I don't know if he's trying to convince. He's again.
No, but
he's
it's
like a
still
lunatic,
annoying the way he
right?
screams. Like, bro, chill out. It's okay.
They should have what's it called? Him versus RVD.
I
They're
don't
trying to
know.
chill him out.
I don't know
Could
if
have
you
been
feel the
Riddle,
same
but
way.
Riddle, you know.
Jose,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you in most part, but I do think he'll be champion again.
Really?
Oh, Kevin Owens, hell yeah.
Think he's gonna win another world championship?
Yeah, he got one more run in him.
I
It's
mean,
like
maybe.
I think Randy Orton got one more run on him.
I do too.
So I can see it.
I
Do you
think
need to
Orton,
have the
Cena,
belt to have
and
one more
Rhodes are
run? Well,
going
I
to
guess.
be a little thing.
Well, who's CM Punk or Orton?
No, I said Orton, Cena, and Rhodes on SmackDown is going to be a little thing that happens post Mania when Cena wins that title.
Like
It's
when
going
they
to
had
be
The
Orton
Rock?
wants it. You know, it's like Orton is Cena's biggest rival. Rhodes is Cena's newest rival. Cena's got one. You know, basically Cena loses, he's done. He knows that. When he loses the title, he's not going to get another shot. So you're going to have the three of them kind of dance around for a little bit to extend the Cena of it all, and then when it's done, you can have the two of them, Orton and Rhodes, get like one match for the title, finish it off, you know?
Well, we'll see. But regardless, it's dumb obvious that Cody will win
I think so.
and end the night peacefully or happily.
Well, as champion, certainly.
And he'll
Is
get
there
the
any
wing.
possibility?
So by the
actually,
way,
can I
and
ask?
last but not, and he
Okay,
will
sorry.
win the winning. He will also win his winged eagle belt back.
Yeah. Well, so that's I was gonna ask. Is there any possibility that they're gonna extend this a third premium live event and have like Cody grab the winged eagle and Kevin grabbed the regular belt and they just swap belts? And nobody wins both. They both have one of the belts, and then they have to do another match at some like. Is there any
No, this
possibility
has to
they
end now.
extend
This has to
this
end now.
one more time by having each of them grab a different belt, and then have to face off again to finally determine who's going to be the? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to think of since it's a ladder match, and it's again, it's probably a ladder match just so they could grab the belt and have to both, like, you know what I mean, put both prominently. But I'm like, is there any possibility that the reason it's a ladder match is because they're gonna split again? I don't know. That'd be crazy if they did, though.
And then this is how it'll end. They win the title, then they're actually going to merge the belts, and we're going to get something along the lines of this, something similar as your new champion. Yes or no? As your new title belt.
I'm down for it. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
With
that does
Cody
make
there.
no sense.
Why not?
Because you got a big ass fucking championship belt in the fucking Stanford office right there, smack down. You're not gonna just take
That's
that
true.
away.
They're rich enough. Get another
Are
one.
you?
And
That is,
also, I mean, they could also
you
leave that one. It's also a logo that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, it's a championship belt logo. It don't have to be the one the actual belt looks like, you know? But yeah, probably they won't do
I
that.
would think you would have your championship belt right dab in right in the middle of your
No,
Stanford
I
office.
get what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's part of their brand, but I don't think anyone's gonna look that closely if they wanted to use the wing dingle as the actual belt for a while. That's just me. But
I think that's and that's also one of the reasons why I feel like they're not gonna do the way you go. I think they're just using it for this storyline just to
oh,
give all the
100%. Yeah.
internet fans, hey, like we got into a storyline now. Shut the fuck up now. I'm like, all
Well,
right,
because
guys, thank you.
Cody likes the winged eagle. They wanted it to be more than just like a one-off. So that by
Hmm.
doing this way, the winged eagle became
Yeah,
important.
because it
Cody
makes no
got to use it. Cody
this
gets
ladder
to
match,
hold it. Yeah.
this ladder match makes no fucking sense to have that shit up there. It's not Kevin Owens. He stole the goddamn thing. It's like returning it to the police after you stole it and be like, it's still mine.
No, No, I think this makes perfect sense. Yes, he
You
stole
come
it,
on, Ryan.
but Cody wants the winged eagle. He loves the winged eagle. That's
Oh,
why this
buy
is
a new one.
happening.
There's $500 on WWEshop.com.
He's gonna buy a replica. Well, that's what Kevin Owens should do. Once he
Oh, yeah.
loses it, he should buy a replica, like a small
It's
one
like
too.
it makes no sense. And then it's
Remember
like
when
he's
R-Truth
carrying.
used to come out with that miniature belt?
Yeah,
Do that. Kevin Owens buys a miniature winged eagle and starts carrying it around to try and get another match with Cody. That would be funny. Kevin Owens is funny. I like Kevin Owens, and I
I
hope
love
he
Kevin
continues to be
Owens.
funny.
I hope he never goes to AEW.
One of the funniest things still in wrestling was Kevin Owens in the Ezekiel storyline.
Oh yeah,
He was losing his ever-loving mind over that. And it was every time, again, overacted 100% Matt, but in that particular story, it worked perfectly. The fact that he was an absolute lunatic about how this was clearly Elias and everybody else was playing it totally straight.
In that sense, it's
Like
fine.
it worked perfectly for that story because he was so over the top and everyone else played it completely straight. Like no one else was like, that's definitely Elias. Like no one even gave him any time of day. It was so funny. Anyway, poor
I
Ezekiel.
digress. All right. Well, Ryan, Jose, great work. We'll see how the Royal Rumble all unfolds. It'll be on Peacock Saturday, February 1st at 8 p.m. live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. Check us out on Friday for a brand new tweet cap. And then next week, we will have 2 tweet caps for you and we'll preview the Super Bowl. All right. Good work, everybody. See you soon.
Yeah.
yeah.